The lesson today is Chapter 8, Section 2, Multiplying and Factoring. And we're going to do this with polynomials. Something that you have to remember are all your rules of your exponents. For example, if you have common bases, you add their exponents. Or when you have a base raised to a power, you multiply their exponents. And this came from last chapter. Or remember, when you have a quotient, you can put the exponent into both of them and then work with the numbers after that. If you're dividing, remember you subtract. We called this, we said, like, where's the party? If the party's in the top, that's where they go. If the party's in the bottom, that's where they go. So you have to remember your rules of all your exponents from Chapter 7. Now today, in order to distribute and multiply polynomials and monomials together, you just have to remember you're going to do numbers times numbers and variables times variables. It's pretty simple as long as you remember your rules. Let's look at problem 1. You have negative x cubed, that's a monomial, times the polynomial 9x to the 4th minus 2x to the 3rd, plus 7. We're just going to distribute, so I'm going to get my pencil and I'm just going to draw distributing arrows so I don't forget. And you're just going to do this one by one by one. I'll take this one slow, and then the next couple we'll do a little more quickly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take negative x cubed times 9x to the 4th. That's the first thing I do. What is negative x cubed times 9x to the 4th? Well, remember there's like a hidden 1 there. So it's negative 1x cubed times 9x to the 4th. Negative 1 times 9 is negative 9. X to the 3rd and x to the 4th becomes x to the 7th. The next thing I have to do is negative x cubed times negative 2x cubed. So I'm going to write that down. We'll do this one the long way. Okay, there it is. Both of them multiply together. I just rewrote them. A negative times a negative is a positive. A 1 times a 2, but a plus sign is a 2. X cubed times x cubed becomes x to the 6th. Add your exponents. The last thing we need to multiply is negative x cubed times a positive 7. A negative times a positive is a negative. 1 times 7 is 7. And the only variable is x cubed. That's the final answer. Look at your options. That would be option D. Let's move on to the got it. What is the simpler form of the monomial 5n times the trinomial 3n squared minus n squared plus a? Draw your distributing arrows. The most important thing is to remember your signs, number 1, and number 2, to remember how to work with your variables. 5 times 3 is 15. N times n cubed is n to the 4th. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. N times n squared is n to the 3rd. 5 times 8 is a positive 40. N times, well, no n, is n. That's the answer to that, got it.